Hey everybody, I'm WABE Politics reporter Raul Bally, and welcome to the Forum for the Candidates running for Tucker City Council District 2. It's organized by Rough Draft Atlanta. I'm joined by Kathy Cobbs, managing editor for Rough Draft Reporter Newspapers, and Delaney Tarr, who's a journalist for Supporter Report. This is not a debate. This is a chance for candidates to introduce themselves to voters in Tucker and share where they stand on the issues. And so we're going to get started by just letting people to take 30 seconds, just introduce themselves. And you'll see a timer, it's on the screen, and it'll let people know how much time you have left. Let's start off with our first candidate, Patrice Cosby. Introduce yourself to everybody. Take 30 seconds and tell us about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I am Patrice Cosby, and I am running for District 2, Post 1 City Council. I'm running because the citizens actually asked me to run. They wanted some diversity. They wanted a fresher voice. They wanted to have an input and get an input onto City Council. I'm running for integrity, accountability, to help some of these top property taxes go down. So I am just be a voice.
Thank you so much. And our other candidate, Kara Schroeder. Kara, take 30 seconds. Just tell people who you are. And could you unmute, please?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm Kara Schroeder, City Council District 2, Post 1. I've been serving you as an elected official for 4 years, and I'm up for re-election. I also serve as Mayor Pro Tem. I've been involved in the city as a government leader for over 10 years. I've advocated for the community in the city of Tucker for over 20 years. I am thrilled and pleased with what the city has done, and I am looking forward to serving another 4 years.
Thank you so much. We're going to take questions now from our panelists. They're going to ask a series of questions. Candidates, you have 60 seconds to respond. And again, you got the clock up in the upper corner. First question, Kathy Cobbs, your question to both of our candidates.
Thank you, and good afternoon. For both candidates, I'm wondering what would be your top 3 priorities for District 2 that you feel like you could immediately make an impact on for the citizens in your district?
Oh, and we'll start off with Kara. Kara, you get the first response.
Okay, thank you. I am constantly working on Lawrenceville Highway mitigation. We are in the middle of an updated plan for beautification and access management. I've allocated resources for that to begin to move forward with that plan as soon as possible. I have been focused also on Johns Homestead Park and making sure we have the resources to do that project. It is underway and should be finished next spring, summer. I'm delighted and pleased with that. It will actually be a park to come visit with families and friends, to walk around the lake and enjoy it. And then the third thing that I've really focused on is constituent services. I respond to emails, I listen to what people tell me about voting, I pay close attention to their concerns, and I try to come up with good solutions when there are problems.
Thank you so much. Patrice, we'd love to hear your thoughts on Kathy's question.
Great. Thank you, Kathy, so much for the question. For me, the first thing I would like to do is we have a major rec center plan that is we have a major overhaul for the rec center plan that the city has yet to move on. I think that is something that should be one of my top priorities, is to get that ball rolling. The city is crying out for rec center and services and things like that. So that would be my number one thing as city council, is to get the rec center and the plan, the overall plan for that moving forward. The next one is everyone is worried about public safety. And so we did get a great study on public safety here recently. So to get more in depth to see how we should move forward with that, or if we're going to do the CAB, how can we, help assert that with the CAB. And finally, open communication. The citizens want open communication from the city of Tucker. So my goal is to make sure that I can implement for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our first question from Delaney Tarr. Delaney, your question for our candidates.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. I'm here to ask, what is the city's biggest challenge as it stands today, and how would you work to fix it?
Let's flip it around. Patrice, you go first this time.
Great. Thank you so much, Delaney. So one of the biggest things that I've heard property taxes are through the roof, business taxes are through the roof, and the not having the correct communication from the city about different things that are happening in the city of Tucker. For instance, the big pickleball thing, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room, right? Well, hopefully it's no longer an elephant because we got some good studies on that. But the citizens did not feel like they were able to input. They did not feel like they had the adequate information, and they felt like city council rushed the decision to get the bids on that, and they wanted to attach it and pay an extremely amount of money to attach it to a building that's really run down and ragged. So that is the biggest concern. So people want input, people want to be heard, people want to understand what is actually going on. Okay, my timer came back, it went away. I'm watching. And so, yeah, I want to make sure that that is one of the biggest things, and affordable places to live here in Tucker. Taxes are through the roof, so rent is up, mortgages are up. And so what we can do to help cap that, or to help ease that for citizens, senior citizens, or working class communities that's being out. And so that is what I would like to work on first. Thank you.
Kara, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Delaney's question.
Could I get a repeated question, please?
Sure, Delaney, if you
Thank
could
you.
repeat your question.
Absolutely, I can repeat my question. What is the city's biggest challenge as it stands today, and how would you work to fix it?
Okay. I think that the biggest challenge we have in the coming years is managing our capital improvement plan. That includes, I would say, almost 30 projects that equal today $42 million. And we started a capital improvement project about a year and a half ago to try to organize around how to keep priorities balanced between the 5 categories that we score, which is life asset, environmental, safety, finance, and legal. Several of the projects have been on the radar for a long time and have had to put them aside because other projects have become more of a priority. I am glad that we have a team in place, an important team that weighs all of those challenges and recommends next steps. As we continue to grow as a city, we're going to have to decide about financing and/or support through finance to pay for some of those projects. Some of those projects are important projects for the community.
Thank you so much. You're watching Rough Draft Atlanta's forum on the Tucker City Council District 2 Seat 1 election. Next question, we're going to go back to Kathy Cobbs. Kathy, your second question for our candidates.
Thank you. Do you think that now is the time for a dedicated police department? And do you think Tucker is ready to put in the time and effort into establishing it and hiring quality personnel to run it?
Again, we'll just flip it around. Kara, do you want to go first on this?
Absolutely. So public safety is the #1 priority for me. It always has been. It's been quite a challenge to not have our police department, and yet being 10 years in, it would be a challenge to have taken police on the first few years. I do think that the feasibility study that the CIDs released a couple weeks ago now is very important for us to weigh. It offers some great opportunity to plan ahead and at the same time collaborate with our current team at DeKalb Police to continue to manage public safety issues. We obviously have crime on Main Street. We have crime throughout District 2 along Lawrenceville Highway, off of Mountain Industrial. Those are important areas that need attention for safety purposes that the CIDs try to cover. I believe it's important for us to weigh that feasibility study, continue to look into a plan to move forward. I am not at this point ready to say we should or shouldn't. I also would love for the public to vote on it.
Patrice, your thoughts on something that we're hearing, not just Tucker. We've heard this conversation in other parts Petrie Corners, I think, is having this discussion right now. Your thoughts on this?
Yes. So for me, my thoughts are very similar to the incumbents. I do agree that there needs to be more in-depth research on what it is, because the study that they gave us did not just give, they only gave us a amount of like officers and things like that. It didn't give us judges, it didn't give us places, it didn't give us some of the things that were in the price that it said did not include what you all would need for a complete police department. So that could change the price on what it is that we would be paying to have our own police department. And I do agree 100% that the citizens are the ones that should call the shots. So they're the ones that it should be, if we're going to decide to do that, that it should definitely be on the ballot. We should definitely have an election for it, or, a vote for it for the city of Tucker, so that we can make sure that it is a collective decision and not just one put on the city. Yes, the cab is struggling with police, but we have to do what's best for us.
Delaney, thank you so much. Delaney Tarr, your next question for both candidates.
As Tucker grows and adds more residents, what will your approach to housing development be, especially in regards to affordability and density?
Patrice, let's hear your response on Delaney's question.
Yes, thank you so much. And I have had this conversation many times, and I am all for ADUs. I'm all for having different forms of housing presented. So, and for those of you who don't know what that is, that may be me taking my house and making it a duplex instead of a single family home. Or for instance, I have a fully furnished, fully finished basement that is apartment style. That is something that I could use as residual income to bring, not only to make it easier for me, but also someone who doesn't need a whole house. They just needs, that much space. And that way I'm not killing the infrastructure, but I am using what is already in play to bring residual income to the city. And that means there definitely is more tax income for the city, et cetera, et cetera. I am for that. I am for tiny homes. Everybody doesn't like a lot of things. So I think that we can definitely use other ways and other avenues of housing structures to alleviate some of this, because it's not just our city. It's all over. We are in a shortage all over. And so we need to find a way to incorporate Tucker and how to successfully do this transition.
Kara, your thoughts on Delaney's question?
We must address the housing affordability issue. That is why I have supported zoning decisions that introduce new diverse housing options, including affordable housing, while protecting the neighborhood character in the community, and especially in District 2, where we have more than 12 home areas that are important to our community. I'd like to ensure some mix of housing options and make sure we're paying attention to age friendly at the same time that we're attracting families to our community. I would like to see a diverse age community in all of those neighborhoods. I also would like to see, and especially around the North Lake area, more mixed use opportunities for developers, which means that that character area allows for denser buildings, mixed use, office space, open spaces, and I'd like to see us focus on walkability as well. So,
Kathy Cobbs, Delaney Tarr, thank you so much for your questions. Now time for closing statements from our candidates. We'll start off with Patrice Cosby. Patrice, you're a minute to give us kind of your closing statement.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys for hosting this. This was amazing. I love the rapid fire, just get in and get out questioning. And just to say to the constituents of the city of Tucker, if you're looking for a breath of fresh air. I tied my own tongue, sorry. If you're looking for a breath of fresh air, if you're looking for something different, if you're looking to move in a direction that seems more suitable for you, then I am your person. I am here to listen. I'm here with integrity. I'm here with an open door. I am here to help move Tucker forward in a progressive way, but in a way that is satisfying keeping the uniqueness of Tucker. Tucker is unique, Tucker is diverse, and Tucker is eclectic. And I want to keep that setting as well as build and grow, because we understand that without growing and stabilizing the economy here in Tucker, it just won't work. So I do think that I am the person for the job, and I am here to serve you, and I would love to have you.
Thank you so much, Kara Schroeder. Give you a minute to make kind of your closing argument to voters in Tucker.
Thank you for hosting this. I appreciate it very much. As a city leader, I am wholeheartedly dedicated to future growth in the city of Tucker. My goals from your feedback as the constituents and voters continue to focus on Lawrenceville Highway, continue to focus on and weighing North Lake area and what we can do for redevelopment, and continue to focus on supporting our Parks and Recreation Department, of which we should be very proud 10 years in. I'm clearly the more qualified and experienced candidate. I am the incumbent. I invite everybody to vote for me. I've earned your vote. I'd like to lead Tucker forward together for another 4 years. Thank you again.
Patrice, Kara, thank you so much. That's all the time we have. I want to thank the candidates for Tucker City Council District 2 Seat 1 for joining us. Thank you to Rough Draft Atlanta for organizing this forum. Early voting begins Tuesday, October the 14th. Election Day is November the 4th. I'm WABE's Raul Bally. Thank you so much for tuning in.